It's been raining for 3 days straight. Kind of like the weather on the Appalachian Trail. Anyway, my name's Mara, also known as Robot on the Trail, and today I'm going to be talking about my 5 favorite moments from the Appalachian Trail. This is definitely the #1 question that I get asked since I've gotten home, and it's a pretty difficult one to answer since I spent 5.5 months on the trail and so much happened that it's hard to condense everything down into just one answer. So I've narrowed my list down to my 5 favorite moments. Number 5 is Temple, Pennsylvania. This town is actually about 30 minutes from the Appalachian Trail, but my friend Jellyfish and I decided that we wanted to get tattoos. So we stuck our thumbs up and hitched a ride all the way into Temple. And once we got to the tattoo studio, it was like they had never heard of hiking in their entire life, let alone hiking from Georgia to Maine. So they thought we were superheroes. Once we finished up getting our tattoos, we decided that we wanted to stop for some Mexican food before hitching back into town. So we went to a place that was just a few blocks away, and we sat down in the restaurant, and almost immediately this man came up to us and he knew we were thru hikers, which was kind of surprising after the last place we were at had never even heard of thru hikers. And he offered to buy us dinner. And then he asked us if he could interview us for this radio show that he does for Temple, Pennsylvania. So we went out behind the Mexican restaurant. It was a little creepy, but totally fine. And he just asked us different questions about our hike so far. And then he told us it was going to go onto the Temple, Pennsylvania radio show sometime within the next month. So that was also really cool. We, again, felt like superstars. This was the most fame we had ever had. And then on top of that, he gave us a 30-minute ride all the way back to the trail. And when we got to the trail, he asked if he could take our picture and put us in the newspaper. So we posed for our picture. A few months later, we got a copy of the newspaper, and it was just a really cool memory to have from this town where hikers are practically unheard of, and we felt like we made a little bit of an impact on the town, or at least they did on me because they made it to my top favorite memories. Number 4 on my list is known as the hardest mile on the Appalachian Trail at mile 1,950, Mahoosic Notch. It's basically a boulder scramble where you're going up and over, under, and through boulders for a mile straight. And I honestly thought it was the most fun mile of the Appalachian Trail because we'd never done that kind of climbing and crawling and going up and down ladders, and I really just had a great time. There would be these holes between the boulders that are just big enough for one person to crawl through, and so we would have to pass our backpacks up to somebody through the boulders first and then crawl on our hands and knees to get to the other side. It was really nice to have that change in terrain, and it was definitely one of the most memorable miles of the whole trail. Number 3 is Franconia Ridge. It's one of the only ridges on the Appalachian Trail that you get to walk along and have 360-degree views the entire time. And it was definitely the best views of the entire Appalachian Trail. All of New Hampshire had amazing views, but just getting to be out in the open for so long was a really nice change to the Green Tunnel. It was really cool to be able to see the people ahead of me hiking a mile up. And this is one of the few sections that I would actually go back to and hike again. It definitely wins the spot for most beautiful views. Coming in at number 2 is summiting Mount Katahdin, which I know is weird, it's not at number 1, but it was kind of a bittersweet moment because on one hand I had been waiting years to summit that mountain and stand on the Mount Katahdin sign. And when I finally got there, I had completed one of the only goals that I've ever set in life. But on the other hand, it showed that I was done with my hike, and I wasn't ready to be done. I was having so much fun, and I met one of my best friends out there, and I just wanted to stay out there forever. But I was happy to have summited on a clear day. I was hiking with about 20 other thru hikers that I had met up with along different parts of the trail, and I saw people there that I hadn't seen since my first month on trail, and all of a sudden we were summiting on the same day. So it was a really special moment to be able to share that with almost everyone I had met on trail. Summiting Mount Katahdin was definitely one of my proudest moments ever, and will always have a special place in my heart as being the place where I officially became a thru hiker. And coming in at number 1 is cowboy camping on Max Patch. If you don't know what cowboy camping is, it's sleeping without your tent under the stars. I had a plan to meet up with a bunch of other hikers up on Max Patch, and of course I was the last one there, but I still got my spot up there, and we all laid out our stuff in a circle and just laid down on top of the mountain that had 360-degree views and just talked. We told stories and we played games, and it just felt like I was with my family. We were watching the sun go down, and just as it was about to set, these people known as the Purple People were hiking up to the top and just passing through, but they decided to stop and play us a song. And with the sun going down behind them, it was just one of the most beautiful and special moments of the whole trail, and I will never forget it. I can remember every minute of camping on Max Patch. With the singing and the sun setting and being surrounded by all of my friends, it was just a really special and memorable moment. In fact, it was so memorable that that is the tattoo I got in Temple, Pennsylvania. It's an elevation map of Max Patch. Not that I would forget that day anyway, but now it'll be with me forever. And those were my top 5 moments from the Appalachian Trail. And I know I probably did not do them justice, but for everyone who asked me what my favorite part of the Appalachian Trail was, there's the long answer. Thanks for watching, and see you later.